Welcome to the beginner's guide to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's dive right in. In the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender, human society is divided into 4 nations: the Water Tribes, the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nomads. When these nations live together in harmony, the world is at peace. Each of these nations are associated with one of the 4 elements: water, earth, fire, and air. The Water Tribe inhabits the most southern and northern parts of the world in 2 distinct communities. The Northern Water Tribe has a bustling community and robust military defense, while the Southern Water Tribe has endured the harsh impacts of years of war, resulting in a diminished population. Because of their location at the poles of the world, the terrain is snowy. The Earth Kingdom is the largest of the 4 nations and the most populated. The diverse geography of the kingdom includes swamps, a desert, mountain ranges, and dense forests. There's even cities the size of a small country here. The Earth Kingdom is a monarchy, just like the next nation. The terrain of the Fire Nation is marked by islands and volcanoes. The nation is led by a monarch known as the Fire Lord, who holds ultimate power and authority. The nation is characterized by its advanced engineering and strong militaristic culture. In the beginning of Avatar: The Last Airbender, technology hasn't yet advanced to utilize electricity. However, the people of the Fire Nation have harnessed the power of steam. Nevertheless, their self-assuredness and desire to secure resources for themselves has led to a reduction of spiritual beliefs and the rise in imperialistic aspirations. In contrast, the Air Nomads are regarded as pacifists and live peaceful lives in harmony with nature. They are deeply spiritual people. They believe all life is precious and restrict themselves to a vegetarian diet. Despite often traveling the world on flying sky bison, Air Nomads are a reclusive, monastic society. The Air Nomads have 4 cultural and spiritual centers referred to as air temples across the world, constructed in remote locations at high altitudes.
I'm in the spirit world.
In this universe, the spirit world is parallel to the physical world. The 2 planes coexist. The spirit world is inhabited by spirits of all types. Occasionally, a spirit may physically manifest in the world of humans. This can be helpful or harmful. Only a select few humans have demonstrated the ability to cross into the spirit world. It's time to talk about bending. In this world, bending is a physical manipulation of the elements of water, earth, fire, or air. It's something you're born with. Bending is deeply rooted into the culture of the 4 nations, even though not everyone in a nation is a bender. In fact, only a small percentage of each population is born with the potential. The only exception are the Air Nomads, who are so spiritually adept that everyone is born with the potential to bend in their culture. Waterbenders from the Water Tribe can manipulate water, including ice and steam. By using fluid and graceful movements, a bender can control and redirect water. Earthbenders of the Earth Kingdom can manipulate and control the earth, including soil, rocks, and minerals. These benders draw their power from the ground and use strong, direct movements. Firebenders of the Fire Nation are the only benders that have the ability to generate an element. They get their power from their internal energy, creating flames that can be directed and intensified. Airbenders of the Air Nomads can manipulate and control air currents. They use circular, flowing movements to do so. Traditionally, Air Nomads may also use a glider to achieve flight. Ultimately, bending is a skill that can be honed and perfected through diligent practice. Benders can learn techniques and choreography that unlock new abilities. Additionally, a bender's powers can be influenced by celestial bodies and other phenomena. For example, an eclipse of the sun weakens the powers of a firebender, but a passing comet strengthens them. Moon cycles and rain strengthen waterbenders, while fault line energies can strengthen earthbenders. Now that we know what bending is, we can talk about the Avatar. It is an Avatar's duty to maintain balance in the world. The Avatar is the only being capable of bending all 4 elements. The Avatar's role is to be the bridge between the human world and the spirit world. In fact, the Avatar's power comes from a spirit. This Avatar spirit is passed from human to human in a process of reincarnation called the Avatar cycle. The Avatar cycle rotates from fire to air to water to earth, and then returns back to fire. When an Avatar dies, the spirit is reincarnated into a person from the next nation in the cycle. An Avatar can communicate and harness the power and abilities of all their past lives by accessing the Avatar state.
The Avatar state is a defense mechanism. The glow is the combination of all your past lives, focusing their energy through your body. In the Avatar state, you are at your most powerful. But you are also at your most vulnerable.
What do you mean?
If you are killed in the Avatar state, the reincarnation cycle will be broken, and the Avatar will cease to exist.
I'm Aang.
It's time to explore the premise of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Aang is the Avatar, but also the only airbender left in the world. Hence the series title, Avatar: The Last Airbender. After spending a century trapped in an iceberg, Aang, who is just 12 years old, is finally set free. To his astonishment, he discovers a century-long war fueled by the Fire Nation has thrown the world into chaos.
100 years. I can't believe it.
This 100-year war is fueled by the Fire Nation's aim to expand their territory and dominate others. The show follows Aang on his journey to restore balance in the world and defeat the Fire Nation. Up until this point, we've pretty much only been discussing plot points disclosed in the series' opening introduction.
Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
But this is your official spoiler warning. We'll be going into more detail from this moment forward. At the start of this adventure, Katara, a 14-year-old girl from the Southern Water Tribe, accidentally frees Aang from an iceberg. Katara is a novice waterbender and the only bender left in her tribe.
You're looking at the only waterbender in the whole South Pole.
Sokka, the 16-year-old brother of Katara, also hails from the Southern Water Tribe. Though he lacks bending abilities, he's a skilled warrior.
In the Water Tribe, we fight to the last man standing.
He too witnesses Aang's miraculous escape from the iceberg.
You're an airbender.
Sure am.
Giant light beams, flying bison, airbenders. I think I got midnight sun madness. I'm going home to where stuff makes sense.
Katara and Sokka are surprised to learn that Aang is an airbender, because a century ago, the Fire Nation eradicated all airbenders. This was part of their efforts to track down the air nomad Avatar and destroy them. The Fire Nation wanted to eliminate any potential retaliation from the Avatar during the 100-year war. Upon discovering the atrocities perpetrated by the Fire Nation while he was in the iceberg, Aang bears the weight of responsibility for the ongoing war. The young boy becomes more determined to fulfill his duty as the Avatar. Even though Aang inherently possesses the potential to bend all four elements, at this point in the series, he only knows how to airbend. In order to fully unlock and control his powers, he must undergo the process of learning and mastering waterbending, earthbending, and firebending to fully harness his Avatar abilities.
What is that?
A Fire Navy ship, and a very bad memory for my people.
Having endured personal suffering at the hands of the Fire Nation, Katara and Sokka join Aang on his quest to master all four elements and save the world. Unfortunately, Aang's presence in the Southern Water Tribe attracts the attention of the Fire Nation. Their ability to win this war and conquer the world rests on defeating and capturing the Avatar.
How am I gonna find him, Uncle? He is clearly a master of evasive maneuvering.
You have no idea where you're going, do you?
Well, I know it's near water.
I guess we're getting close then.
The series is divided into 3 distinct seasons, Books 1, 2, and 3. They reflect Aang's journey to master all 4 elements. Book 1, Water, introduces the world and establishes the characters' journeys. Aang, Katara, and Sokka set their sights on traveling to the other side of the world. Aang and Katara both want to master waterbending, and they believe they'll find a teacher at the Northern Water Tribe. Meanwhile, Fire Nation Prince Zuko and his uncle Iroh are diligently tracking Aang's every move in a relentless quest to capture the Avatar. Zuko is the 17-year-old prince of the Fire Nation when the series begins. He was banished and burned by his father, Fire Lord Ozai, 3 years prior.
Rise and fight, Prince Zuko.
I won't fight you.
You will learn respect, and suffering will be your teacher.
Ozai is the tyrannical Fire Lord with ambitions to become the supreme ruler of the world. He's also a ruthless and powerful firebender and a formidable antagonist to Aang. In the beginning of the series, Zuko is on a quest to restore his honor by capturing the Avatar for his father.
Once I deliver the Avatar to my father, he will welcome me home with honor and restore my rightful place on the throne.
More tea, please.
On his journey, Zuko is accompanied by his uncle Iroh, brother to Ozai. Iroh was once a revered Fire Nation general and heir to the Fire Nation throne, until the loss of his son changed everything. Contrary to his brother, Iroh believes in the balance of the 4 elements and the 4 nations, and he serves as a mentor to Prince Zuko. During Aang, Katara, and Sokka's journey, they meet people who would later become allies and also evade foes, like Zuko. But at the end of Book 1, Aang has a better understanding of waterbending.
I wasn't there when the Fire Nation attacked my people. I'm gonna make a difference this time.
His travels have made him more aware of the world's suffering and the importance of his mission.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The Blind Bandit!
A key aspect of Aang's journey in Book 2 is his encounter with a 12-year-old girl named Toph Beifong. She's a blind earthbending prodigy and skilled fighter who becomes Aang's earthbending mentor. Toph's unique style of bending, coupled with her no-nonsense attitude, makes her one of the strongest earthbenders in the series. She joins Aang, Katara, and Sokka on their mission to save the world and successfully teaches Aang earthbending techniques.
You did it! You're an earthbender!
Book 2 also introduces us to Fire Nation Princess Azula. She's a 14-year-old firebending prodigy and a key adversary to Aang, Sokka, Katara, and Toph. The princess even loathes her own brother.
My brother and my uncle have disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us. You may have mixed feelings about attacking members of the royal family. I understand. But I assure you, if you hesitate, I will not hesitate to bring you down.
Loyal to her father, Ozai, she sets out to capture Zuko, Iroh, and Aang and take them as prisoners of the Fire Nation. Book 2 explores themes of personal growth, loyalty, and the consequences of war. The book leads to a climactic finale as Aang confronts the powerful Fire Nation Princess Azula. Even more determined, Aang and his allies prepare for the impending invasion of the Fire Nation. In Book 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, a significant part of Aang's journey revolves around his pursuit to master firebending. Faced with the seemingly insurmountable challenge of finding a Fire Nation ally, an unexpected and unlikely teacher emerges. While the Fire Nation is initially portrayed as the primary antagonist, the show delves deeper, revealing that the nation is not inherently evil, highlighting the fact that the actions of a few do not define an entire nation.
All this time, I thought firebending was destruction. But now I know what it really is. It's energy and life.
Aang and his allies become aware of the Fire Lord's sinister intentions to win the war. Ozai plans to exploit the power of a comet to achieve total global domination. This provokes Team Avatar to prepare for battle. After mastering all 4 elements, Aang embraces his role as the Avatar and confronts his ultimate adversary, Fire Lord Ozai. Aang's struggle becomes not only a physical battle, but also a test of his own beliefs. As an air nomad, Aang regards all life as precious. He struggles to balance his personal ideologies with the pressure to end Ozai's life and stop the war. The outcome of this epic battle between Avatar Aang and Fire Lord Ozai holds the key to the future of the world and the resolution of the long-standing conflict between the nations. It is a thrilling and emotionally charged climax that brings the series to a satisfying conclusion. Avatar: The Last Airbender is praised for its intricate and layered narrative, its artistic design, and detailed world building. It tackles themes of war, morality, identity, spirituality, and personal growth with depth and maturity, appealing to viewers of all ages. The series emphasizes the importance of compassion, understanding, unity, hope, and the power of forgiveness. Avatar: The Last Airbender's cultural impact led to the expansion of the Avatar universe through a sequel series, The Legend of Korra, and even beyond television to include comics, novels, graphic novels, and much more to come. That wraps up our beginner's guide to Avatar. Want to become an expert? Check out the series in full. What's your favorite part of the series? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all things Avatar.
Thanks again for the tea. It was delicious.